Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kale and you are watching Kale Von C. So today I've gotten a lot of requests for people asking me to do a video of how to repan eyeshadows and everything like that. So here it is for you guys and I hope you enjoy. So what you're going to need is some rubbing alcohol. I put mine in this Ulta spray bottle, and I'll also show you a way of how to use like one of these little thingies, or if you have an eyedropper, that'd be perfect. You're also going to need something either flat or circular like this to press the powders back down and keep them compacted. And then you're going to need something sharp like a screwdriver, or in this case I will be using a thumbnail. So the first one right here is an example of using too much product, so I just casually deleted that out. So let's start new. So what you're going to do is you are going to get your sharp pointy object, whatever you're using, and you just want to scrape everything out like so and break it up into tiny small pieces. The smaller the pieces, the more likely you're going to fill up the whole pan. The bigger pieces are just harder to compact together and everything, in my opinion. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want. But, oh my goodness, you want to really make sure you get the corners and everything completely scraped out like so, and don't do what I just did and just, like, you know, push your eyeshadow all over the place. These pans are so small that it's harder to do. Okay, so once you have that, you just kind of want to spread it out, and you want to take your dropper or whatever you're using and just slowly, this is a really bad dropper, do that basically, just not as much. But you want to soak the product, but you don't want to do what I did here and have it like overflowing the product, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to take a dryer sheet and just rip it into a tiny section. Just do it according to however big your pan is. And I'm just going to use that to press down my product like so and to compact it back together. Not only is this going to prevent the product from sticking to the back of the pin, the thumbtack, it also will make it smell good too. So there's that, and you just want to sit there and let it dry. Even if you use a little bit too much product like I did here and in the first one, just make sure you know that rubbing alcohol evaporates. So for one, it's not going to change the color of the eyeshadow itself. This one looks black and this one is black, but this is actually a dark brown. But once it dries, it will go back to its actual color. You know, every time you wet something, of course, it's going to be darker because it's wet. So just make sure you know that it's okay if you add too much. Just wait for it to dry a little bit and then pack it down. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Alright, so this is basically how it's going to look, like a hot mess. Once it dries, you can go through and clean up the pans and everything like that. So let's put this to the side and let it dry. While that is drying, I have two of the Carly Bible BH Cosmetic palettes. This is the first one. As you can see, there is some that are completely panned, and this one actually is a full one. And then here is the other one, which is looking a little bit better. We'll use this one. So what we're going to do is basically we are going to combine. So while the Urban Decay palette is drying, I have two of the Carly Bible palettes here, and I'm just basically going to combine this one right here with this one. So basically what you're going to do is I have already done the first highlighter down here at the corner. You're just going to break it up just like we do with the eyeshadow, and you're going to do the same thing with the one you're combining it with, or putting it with, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. And then you're going to need a piece of paper. In this case, I'm just going to use a Christmas card, and you're just going to take the first palette, and sorry it's kind of off camera right now, but you're basically just going to pour that dust inside the paper just like so. I hope that was easy enough for you guys to follow along. I know I didn't show it on camera because I have limited space right now. But yes, you're just going to, whatever one you're going to transfer it over to. So just like this. And you're going to fold it so it's all in one piece and dump it into the other one like so. So there's that one, and then you're just going to repeat the process that you did for the eyeshadow. You're going to pour the rubbing alcohol on top of it, pat it down, blah blah. Okay, so now that it is completed, I'm just going to wait for it to dry. And let's go back over to the Urban Decay palette. This is what it looks like. And what you can do at this point is, now that it's like, it's going to be a little bit damp, but you don't want it to be like extremely damp, if that makes any sense, you can actually go back with a makeup wipe and remove all of the extra eyeshadow on the, the palette itself. Clean it up however you want it to look. And that is basically it, you guys. There's nothing else really to it. I do want to say a little information type thing. For this pan, I noticed it was actually easier for me to put the piece of, I used a makeup wipe earlier. I used the dryer sheet. It was actually easier for me to use my finger to get in the corners of it. So that's easier for you. Go ahead and do that. And I also realized that if I like squirted the rubbing alcohol on the product and then waited for it to actually soak into the eyeshadow, it was a lot easier to compact together and everything like that. So I will be posting an after picture once I get these all cleaned up. And if you enjoyed this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button on my name, I would really appreciate it so much. If you have any ideas for my next video, feel free to comment them down below in the comment section. And if I use your idea, I will mention your name in my next video. As always, see you next time. Bye, divas!